Hey guys, Patrick with you, Bots for the Win. We're covering today 10 ways to get people into your bot. Now, this is the video accompaniment. I can't even say it. Accompaniment, whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. To a podcast entitled, same name, 10 ways to get people into your bot. So if you like the video, stands to reason, you listen to the podcast, recommend you check it out. It'll be in the link description wherever you're seeing this video live. So let's just get right into it without further ado. Number one, search Messenger. And this is an important one, so I want to go ahead and show it. None of these 10 are not in any specific reason, but I believe that this one here, where you essentially just go, here, I'm going to have to delete this conversation when I'm talking it, but I believe that this is going to be the future of how we all search for companies and brands. You're going to come into Messenger, and you might do this with your voice, or you might do this with your phone, or you might do this on your computer, and you're going to be placed in a bot experience form. And so there it is. I just pulled out my phone. I went to that tab in Facebook Messenger, and I searched, and I was able to find it. And here I am now in the bot experience, at least as it's designed so far, for Bots for the Win. So I think that's a critical one to understand. You can do that with the Messenger app. You can come to this Discover tab. I think they call it the Discover tab. And you can search for whatever you want. There's big brands in here. There's all kinds of stuff in here. You just need to enter a keyword, and you're in there, and it's on. So, okay, that's number one. Number two, your Facebook page. So let's go to the Facebook page. That's not my Facebook page. This is the Facebook page. So you've got this button here, and you can toggle whether you want this to do a Messenger job for you or not. I have it toggled so that it is. And if I click that button, if I click that button, I'm not an admin. What it's going to do is it's going to instantaneously, let's see, test button. Did it pop up on my phone? I think it just sends me a notification. Anyway, I'm logged in as an admin, so it won't show. But what you can do is you can set this button up to get right into Messenger, and that's the number two way that you can get into Messenger. And I think when you understand both of those, I've been at this long enough, and I've told enough people to do it and taught enough people how to build bots that they always get started. And they're like, whoa, I turned it on and I've already got these people coming into my bot. How is it happening? It's either happening with number one, they searched Messenger and they found you like I showed you, or number two, they got to your Facebook page and came in that way. So if you're asking how did they get in, that's how they got in. Number three, your Facebook Messenger link. Now, if you're in Manychat, that's not Manychat, that's Manychat, and you're on your dashboard, this guy right here is your Facebook Messenger link. It's an m.me link essentially, and then it's /bots for the win. So that link, if you went ahead and grabbed that, opened it, you can open it anywhere. You can put this in an email, you can put it in a web browser, you can put it in your Instagram profile, you can put it anywhere links are working these days, and it will instantaneously throw you into Messenger. So in this case, because I was already logged in, it threw me right into the Messenger experience. If I was deleted, it was the first time it had given me a little get started button down here. But those links will work absolutely anywhere. And you can also, when you're in your Facebook page, if you go to settings, let's say you don't have Manychat or Chatfuel or any of the other ones, you can go Messenger platform and you scroll about halfway down on this, and there it is. So there it is hanging out. And that's the exact same link. So you can use and utilize that one at any point in time too. And so that's the kind of the generic one, if you will, that Facebook gives you stock. All right, number four, the web stuffs. So let me articulate on this. I know I mentioned this on the podcast too, but it's good to just see it, I think. And so I'll cover these briefly. Overlay widget is what they call them. They have the bar, so call this the smart bar. You might know it as the hello bar or the announcement bar. There's like 50 different names for it, depending on who your provider is. But it's a little bar at the top of your website, and it pops down, and it usually has like save 30% off for the next 48 hours. Hello bar, they've got that one. The little slide in widget. That's that guy that slides in right down here. When you scroll down the page a little bit, boom, that thing pops. The modal is just a simple center pop-up, kind of like you see all like entry pop-ups, exit pop-ups that most everybody use. The full page takeover is like the welcome mat, where it knocks everything out of the screen. So all good ones to use, all pretty effective. A button is just a standard button. It pops Messenger in a box. I have one of these live. I can show you one of these. These can be thought of as just like as widgets, right? Like as WordPress widgets essentially. But if I go back to the site, you could see I'm using the widget in a box here. Here it is in a box here. I've got it all over this. Every subscribe button I've got on the site, I'm using it. But it's nice, it's simple, it's easy, it pops up in there. And this is the button, by the way. And so if you don't want to use the box, he just gives you this little button and says, yeah, send a messenger. So another web stuff there. Let's go back to the web stuffs. So that's the box, that's the button. Landing page is a pretty cool one. So, let's say you're on a project, you're doing something quickly, you don't want to build the page yourself, you don't want to host the page. A landing page is exactly like a landing page on your website, except you don't host it, Manychat does, and you barely have to build anything or do anything. You can just deploy this. It gives you some options for copy and such, and colors, and works pretty well. Pretty awesome, actually. So nice little option to have there. Number 5, the messenger reference URL. So we talked about the Facebook Messenger link. This is sort of your generic catch-all type of link. The messenger reference URL, on the other hand, is your more specified one. So you can, for instance, throw that messenger reference link in an email, and then everybody that comes from an email, you could say, hey, email subscriber, thanks for coming into my bot. Or you could throw it onto Facebook, or you could throw it anywhere on your website, and it'll throw you right into the bot experience. Another cool example, if you remember the podcast, the last episode was all about how to do Facebook contests. I talk about my artist buddy in there, and good, I've got a search pulled up. Let me pull the phone up. So his name is Matthew Lockley. So here's a great way to see how it works in stories. And so if you're one of the cool kids that has over 10,000 Instagram followers, then you can likely link from your stories. And so if you do that, here's a story. He's got a link in it. See more. Swipe up. What it does is boom, instantaneously throws you right into the bot experience. So pretty compelling, I think, a pretty interesting experience. And then you're just right in there, right? And I had obviously subscribed to him before. So let's just do this so I can show you. Let's delete that completely. Get out of there. Let's go back to Instagram, and I'm going to swipe up again. So because I knocked out the subscription, so the first time it's going to make me do the get started, and then it's just going to throw me right in. So an important little distinction to see. Oh, so cool. Such a cool thing to see. So that's a really powerful use of the messenger reference URL. I mean, it's literally a link you can use anywhere, just anywhere. So it really opens up a lot of possibilities, a lot of creativity. One interesting way to use it is, and I've seen a bunch of this recently, is if you have some sort of vanity domain in whatever it might be, right? Like, let's just say my name is Patrick, and I got a vanity domain, called it askpatrick.com. I could just be saying, hey guys, if you want to check out my bot, I'd love for you to do that. Just type Ask Patrick in your Ask Patrick in your web browser, and what you do with your domain registrar, whoever you're using, GoDaddy or whatever, you just throw in that messenger reference link URL as a redirect for your domain at the domain level, and instantaneously, boom, they're placed into your bot experience. So this can be a really good one if, it's a great one for podcasts, to be honest with you, because you're not gonna likely remember everything. And if you've got a really catchy URL, you can just throw that thing out there, and boom, the link will throw you in specifically. And you'll, for the most part, you'll know where they came from if you're not using it all the time. Great one for speeches too. Like, if you're short on speeches, you say, hey, because we're so new, right? Because we're so new, not everybody knows that you can just come right in here, go to this Discover tab on the phone, and search for whatever you want. Not everybody knows how to do that. It's just not learned behavior yet. And it might not be for a while. But everyone knows how to type a web address into a web browser. So when you think about that and you wrap your head around it, like, you could be a college professor, and you could be saying, okay, guys, for the study guide, oh boy, it's been a long time since I've been in college. For the study guide, the TA's email address and everything else you need, just go ahead and type in, whatever's class URL is, and boom, you're in the bot experience. Everybody's getting delivered what they need. So pretty interesting way to use it. And yes, I know you're saying, like, why wouldn't I just send them to the website? But I've ranted about that before. The Facebook comments. I love the Facebook comments one. This one's so powerful. So this was a large portion of what we covered in the last episode, which I guess would make it episode number 2, which is Facebook contests, aka the golden ticket. And in that one, I referenced this growth tool, and what it allows you to do is create a Facebook post, and anybody that comments on that post is instantaneously thrown into a flow. Not instantaneously, you have to take one more step, but that's what that one looks like. That's the contest one. Highly recommend you learn that one and get that one going. Just amazing, right? Just amazing. 7, the customer chat. Same web chat you know and love. Messenger version. So everybody's been to a website that has web chat. This is just switching that chat out with Facebook Messenger. The one thing I will say about this particular iteration, if you will, or version or growth tool, however you want to say it, is there's no reinvention of the wheel, right? Like Messenger is still so new. It's a new concept. You know, most people don't even know a bot experience exists with it. Most people out there don't even know how cool the experiences are in there, how designed they can be. Or even how to get in there, right? Most people don't know that you can look up a brand on Facebook Messenger and if they have a bot, be in it and get some help and interact with somebody. Moreover, go to their Facebook page and send a message. Some people do, but most don't. Customer chat and seeing a widget on a site is something that everybody's been trained to understand and know what that is, what that looks like for years and years and years. And so this becomes a really powerful one if you have existing traffic, because it kind of solves for a couple of things. One, you know, you're not reinventing the wheel or training people on something new. And then number two, you've got the ability to get a tremendous amount of people in your bot just by offering this. And I've had some great success on a couple of brands throwing these on there and just letting them run, answering questions, see what comes in, get a little bit better, capture some of that existing traffic that you wouldn't otherwise, and then you have them in your messenger list for broadcasting to later, which is tremendously powerful. It's awesome, right? The messenger code or QR code. And so this one's super interesting too. And I'll be able to kind of just demo this live. And so you can see how smooth it is. And it's, pardon me. It's right here. Okay. And what it does is it spits out this code. And I think this code is actually unique to Manychat, the way that they just do the design and do the layout. Facebook has some that look a little bit differently, but let me get to back to the slides. And so it gives you a code that looks exactly like that, right? And so what I can actually do is, let's just do this again. Let's go back here. Let's clear this guy out. This is a good way to test your bot from scratch always, by the way. It's constantly logging out and logging in. And so if I go one tab over to the two little dudes and I go scan code, let's see, back up. Oh, did you see how quick and smooth that was? I mean, I had to back up, obviously. Oh, you didn't even see any of it. Lame. Hold on. All right, let's do that again. You didn't see it all. Boo. So I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, I didn't get in. So here, the little people down at the bottom. Okay, and then we go scan code, and let's move this thing out of the way so you can actually see, and I can see. Get over here. Get over here. Sometimes this thing's a pain to move. Just, you know, right when I'm in the middle of displaying something, just being a pain in the butt. All right, thank you. So here we are. Now, normally it's pretty smooth. The computer screen, that was a little jittery, but boom, there we are. Click get started. You're in the bot. So I've ranted and raved about how cool I think this one is. I think this one is so cool for like a bunch of different reasons, because, you know, rather than try to send somebody to some mobile website that's like, you know, takes too long to load and is not optimized and all the reasons why mobile sites don't get as much penetration as they could. This throws you right into a bot experience, and you can put this anywhere. You can put this on any packaging. You could put it on stickers and stick the stickers all over town. You could put it on the existing boxes and packages that you send. You could put it on the menu. You could put it on billboard. Billboard probably a little sideways, but you could definitely put them in signs in the subway or on the bus stop or in magazines or, you know, anywhere you visually see something and potentially get somebody right into your bot. So very, very encouraged to see where this bad boy is going to go with some time. The Facebook ads, JSON code. I always forget what it stands for. JavaScript something or other. That is right here, and it's what you use for your Facebook ads. And so what it does is allows you to sort of personalize that experience a little bit, and then it gives you this whole gobbledygook of code, and you go into your Facebook ad, and then you just paste it all in there. That's JSON ads are a topic, a subject for another day. But you can just copy all that, throw all that in, and that's how your ads get going on, and it allows you to personalize what your end user would see rather than just be thrown into kind of the generic bot, if you will. So that's number 9. Number 10. I didn't change number 10. Just dumpster firing this thing today. I'm just going to make a quick audible. Hold on. Number 10. Yeah, the checkbox. Okay, so I just messed up on my slideshow there. So the checkbox is, let's go back to the growth tools again. And this is also a really powerful one that's easy for most people to, you know, ignore or just gloss over. But if you're in a website situation where you've got a bunch of people that are coming to your site and doing a bunch of things, saying transacting or giving you an email address, it's a little small. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. You're probably just better to do it in your own implementation. But the common one that we've all seen, that we've all been a part of, is like when you complete an e-commerce transaction, they're like, hey, you want to be part of our mailing list? Click the box, right? And ding, and you click the box. So I think, this one's, if you're getting, God, that is so small, I can barely even see it. If you're getting a lot of traction and, you're kicking butt on a website or in some capacity, why not throw this on there and, move some of that attention from where you have it to where you don't, which is your Messenger subscribers. So that's the 10. Despite a couple of my flub ups, I'm going to roll with it. If you've got any FU follow-up questions or more, all you got to do is open Messenger, search bots for the win, and you'll find me. Or potentially you could even just pause the thing, scan this thing, get into my bot, see what it looks like. And yeah, that's the video. That's been part of the podcast. If you enjoyed it, highly recommend you listen to the podcast. Other than that, thanks and have a great day.